Yo, what is up guys? ShinobiEevee here back again with another video for you guys, and today we're going to be talking about another episode of Bleach Explained, and today's topic is going to be Kido. But without further ado, if you guys like Bleach or the content that I'm making right now, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
昔の俺を見てるようだな。まったくだ。一丁教えてやろうぜ。俺は今この世に。
Alright, so Kido, also known as the Demon Way or the Spirit name, is basically, one of the 4 combat forms that Soul Reapers use, and it's basically magic or basically some form of a spiritual power that they use, and it can be used in a variety of ways such as healing, defense, or combat. They also got Kido barriers and seals. There's also a Kido Corps, which is also a part of a branch of the Soul Society's military, which excels in the mastery of Kido. Now, as for the mechanics of Kido, basically the way it works is each basically spell or spiritual power that they use when they use Kido is basically graded on a scale from 1 to 99, with, of course, 99 being the most powerful and 1 being the least powerful, and as it gets more powerful to use, the more chance that you have to use while using Kido. But at the same time, there are multiple Kido that do share the same numbers, so there are, of course, some that could be the same as another but have different techniques, so you might want to keep that in mind. Now, of course, when it comes to Kido, there is another way you can do this, where basically the power is going to be weaker, but you don't have to incite the whole entire chant. Whereas if you chant the whole entire Kido, basically its power ups drastically. But of course, the practitioner or the person using this Kido this way, of course, has to have already mastered it. So it's not like you can just go ahead and use a Kido just because you know the number or anything like that. You have to be a master at it before you do anything, or you might blow yourself up like Renji does a lot of the time. But moving on, there are 3 different types of Kido: binding, destruction, and healing spells. There is Bakudo, which is binding spells and have a broad category of defensive spells that block or repel attacks or freeze enemies in place. There is Hado, or destructive spells, which usually refer to offensive spells that harm an enemy or cause damage, like, of course, Licensed Kitoishi, or I can't say it right, but you know what it is, the Black Coffin, basically. As for healing spells, there are no known names for healing spells or numbers at all, or even incantations. We've already seen people just go ahead and heal, and there's even a kind of a form of healing that Orihime has, as we already know, and doesn't even use Kido or Hado, so there you go. Like, it's all over the place. But of course, the Ryotsu of the person that just getting healed is replenished first, and then after that, you have to use the person who is healing use Ryotsu in order to heal a patient's body, so it's kind of a switch. Now, as for the weaknesses of Kido, of course, you probably could tell, is while chanting one, if the person that you're going against, of course, sees you chanting the Kido and sees you using it, then there's most likely going to be a chance that they'll either try and intercept you, or if they even knew the Kido, they could counter you by using a Kido of the same type. Now, there are, of course, 2 ways to counteract this. One of these ways is called Ito Haki, or double incantation, which basically mixes 2 incantations or 2 Kido in a row, basically to go at your opponent. Or another way is to either just blitz your opponent, or to surprise them with a surprise attack by using Kido from an area where they cannot hit you. As for Hado, the most common ones that we have seen so far have been Shakaho, which is Hado number 31, Hado number 33, Sokutsu, which basically shoots a burst of blue energy that we've seen Rukia and both Byakuya use a lot. Hado number 63, Raikoho, which is used by, of course, Shoriichi and Soifon. And of course, the most famous one that we all know, Hado number 90, Kurohitsugi, which is basically a black coffin that basically warps time and space. As for Kido that are being used by barriers or seals, as we've seen by one of the Vizards. As for the barriers, that are used for Kido, focused spiritual energy that are formed into a solid form of energy, the energy can basically take shape of any color or shape depending on what the user wants. The barriers are also used for masking spiritual pressure or even making somebody invisible, and of course the strength of the barrier is dependent on the power of the user. As for seals, they're basically the same thing, but far more powerful and basically require a lot more preparation to create, and they're only possible by those of significant spiritual power that are meant to hold for the most powerful or dangerous artifacts or beings. They're really hard to break. But other than that, that pretty much covers Kido, Hado, and Bakudo. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, this is going to be ShinobiEevee signing off. But other than that, that pretty much covers Kido, Hado, and Bakudo. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, this is going to be ShinobiEevee signing off.